Hello there, I'm here today with a 2006 Honda Accord LX Special Edition. Today's subject matter is your rotor screws that hold your rotor snug to the hub. Basically, if these aren't installed on your hub, when you go to apply the brake, it can actually cause the rotor to rock back and forth. I don't know if it's necessarily like an up and down. I think it's more like a front to back motion. Either way, I have a problem. It's a simple problem, and hopefully I can get this problem resolved in a timely fashion. What's happened here is the screw on the top side doesn't want to come out. I've tried my large Phillips head screwdriver with the channel locks around the handle. That didn't persuade it. I tried heating it up with a propane torch, such as this, and I did lubricate it with some penetrating oil, and that didn't seem to persuade it. So I'm going to attempt to drill this screw out, and hopefully this will go quickly. Sometimes they can be a little temperamental, and basically what happens is the threads don't rust. It actually will rust around the head of the screw against the rotor, and it just doesn't want to break free because the screw that was in the lower hole, absolutely no rust, and came right out. So let me take a whack at it and let's see if we can do this quickly. If not, I'll go back and edit it and go from there. And wear safety glasses. If I can get the drill bit to stay still. Be careful. Sometimes it helps to have a little penetrating fluid too. Don't have that? We'll substitute. Drill bit comes out, it's not a good thing either. Let's see where we're at. Not quite where I want it to be. Normally what I like to do is get the drill bit to the point where it's broke through the head of the screw to where I can see the metal on the inside. I want to downsize my drill bit. I think we have finally got to the point where I want to be. Now what I do is I will take a chisel. This is the only chisel I actually have out here in the garage. I like a little smaller one. We're going to put it in the head of the screw here, and hopefully it'll break it free. I hope. It may not be deep enough into the screw, but we'll try it. Okay, now I don't have a flathead screwdriver out here, but we're going to improvise. As you can see, this screw is coming out. There we go. Took a few minutes. I know it's a pain in the butt. I would also recommend definitely having a flathead screwdriver out, because what happens is once you drill the head of the screw out, you need a small flathead to insert into it. But basically, you see where I drilled through the head of the screw on one side, you cut into the metal enough to where you can basically take your chisel and catch a good edge. And obviously these screws tighten clockwise, they loosen counterclockwise. Now granted, I did touch the hub a little bit. The rotor doesn't hurt the rotor, and at the end of the day you get your set screw out, and it's pretty simple. The one thing I will say, and I highly recommend every time that you rotate your tires, if you do that yourself, put anti-seize on these screws. I dab some in the hole, run the screws in, use some brake clean with a shop towel, wipe the excess anti-seize off the top, and you're good to go. So hopefully this has been beneficial, and basically this applies to any vehicle that has front or rear disc brakes with the set screws, because they all have them. And this is just something I do that I feel like may benefit you. So if you run into this, basically just have yourself a good set of chisels, a standard hammer, obviously the rounded style channel locks with a big flat Phillips head screwdriver, so that if they're stuck in there, you always want to try doing it the simple way, rotate them out normally. And other than that, I don't really know that I can go into any further detail other than what I showed you. So hopefully this hasn't bored you to death, and thanks a lot, and have a good day.